Welcome back to the Tobago Festivals Network. I'm Raynell and I'm hosting another episode of the Blue Food Step by Step series. This production is being brought to you by the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited in partnership with the Tobago House of Assembly. Today I'm joined by Garfield and Erwin, who are making two very special Dasheen Taro blue food concoctions for us today. Tell us, what are we making, guys?
We're making a punch, Dasheen punch, Dasheen dip, and also we're making some Dasheen fries.
Right, so the dip is for the fries.
Yeah.
Okay, and is this Dasheen harvested from either of your gardens?
Yeah, from my garden.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so let's get into it.
We must prepare the Dasheen first. We must get the Dasheen, peel it. We cut it into small pieces, it depends. Slice it in two. Once you're done, peel it, you wash it. Put it on the fire, boil it. When it's done boil, you take it out and you blend it.
Okay, so we have all these ingredients, but the real thing, the real essence is the Dasheen.
Yeah, the important part of the punch is the Dasheen.
So before we get into the punch, let me taste a piece of your Dasheen and see if you could really plant.
Well, okay, and after you're eating this Dasheen, sometimes you might stay in Scarborough, you might end up going back in the country.
Well, I don't know about all that. We're taking it step by step, Garfield, right? And he gave me the biggest piece, oh gosh. So as you can see, this Dasheen is a tinge of blue. It's more on the gray side, but this is what they mean when they refer to blue food. See the nice rich color of it. Don't mind if it have Dasheen in my teeth. So, continue, Garfield.
Yeah, so after, is to start to blend, and we put in the ingredients and we get the Dasheen punch. Okay, right, we pre-boil the Dasheen. We boil the Dasheen and it is already prepared now, so it is, right now it is ready now for blending.
So let's get to measuring.
So let's measure and start the Dasheen punch.
So what we need a cup, measuring spoon.
Well,
Tell me, Erwin.
Yeah.
Well, for the boiling, for the blending process, we just normally use about a cup of water. So it won't stick to the blender because it's going to get thick. Right? So we have a cup of water, approximately.
Let me get there.
Alright, so we have approximately 2 pounds of Dasheen. So this is a 2-liter mug. So we're using about 1.5 pounds.
So how long you pre-boil the Dasheen for?
Well, the Dasheen was pre-boiled. Well, the smaller it's cut, the faster it's going to go. Right, so this has been cooked for about 20-25 minutes.
And you boil it cut up small, or you just half it, boil it, and then cut it?
This was cut before it.
Okay. So if it were whole, how long so we have to boil it?
It's typically like about half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
So in the blender, we put about
That's all right, man. Nothing can waste.
Right, so we need to blend.
And you put the blender on full speed to boil. So
Yes, we're looking for a very smooth consistency. Smooth as possible. Alright, so what I am doing now, I'm going to add some milk just to help the blending process. Alright?
because the Dasheen itself is already quite sticky.
Yeah.
Yes, if you could see there's like a gel on it, sticky on the fingers. So Erwin, I see you pour the milk. There was a little bit of water, but you pour the milk liberally.
Yes, I do.
how heavy we looking for this punch to be?
Well, I don't want it to be too thick.
Okay.
So when you go to drink, you must be able to drink through a straw.
Okay.
Comfortable without having pulling on. So what I have to do, I have to take a bit of this out and to add the other ingredients in.
Okay. And I know you had mentioned the Dasheen in terms of pounds, Garfield, but let me talk in terms of numbers. How many Dasheen you boil there?
Well, this is about 3 Dasheen.
And what size Dasheen? Can you not have small Dasheen and a big Dasheen?
Yeah, there's nothing too big, nothing too small.
So a
about
medium.
a pound and something, yeah?
Okay, medium size
Yeah.
Dasheen. And how many jugs will this 3 Dasheen yield?
How many?
Jugs.
Oh, that will about 3.
Okay.
Right, so will I be adding some more milk?
Now let's see, this is box number 2, eh? That is real milk. This is a full cream Dasheen punch. What village you all from?
Transforming.
Lansformy, okay. So we know that the Blue Food Festival originated in Lansformy. So you're all supposed to be the original Dasheen punch makers, the master Dasheen punch makers, the master Dasheen chip makers, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay, we'll see.
Right, right.
Right, so I'm going to be adding some of the milk for sweetening, and then I'm going to be adding the flavor, which is the essence, the bitters, a bit of nutmeg.
Yes. And of course, observing our safety, we have already washed the tops of all these tins, all these boxes. They've been sanitized.
This is 1 tin of milk. One tin. Let's just tin this up a bit.
Yeah, thickness is.
Right.
So what is this we adding now?
This
The
is
vanilla.
this is vanilla essence,
How much essence we put in it?
and it's like
2 teaspoons.
Okay. Well, that speaks to how potent vanilla essence is, because all this punch and just 2 little teaspoons.
bitters.
How much
So we have
bitters?
about 4 or 5 dash of bitters. Just your taste, how much you.
That 4 or 5 look like 6, 7
Yeah.
no.
Well, it's just basically how much
We go average
your
it.
taste, but, that gives it a nice well, for me, the more I put it, the more flavor I get.
Yes, and we must note that
Can't put too much to overpower it.
the bitters itself has an alcoholic property. So if you know you can't manage the alcohol, don't make it too strong. Stick to your 3, 4.
Yes.
Okay. So what is next? What are you opening here?
Spice.
What type of spice?
The grounded spice.
So this is what? Cinnamon, a combination of cinnamon, something?
This is just
This is
spice.
cheese spice.
Right. Next ingredient we're going to be using in the punch is nutmeg. I think everyone knows the nutmeg, but this is in the shell, and this is the nutmeg itself. Right. So, what is that one?
About 2 pinches, you
About
say?
2 pinches. This goes in as well. Alright. We have some salt as well. Alright, so we're going back to mixing. And that's a Dasheen punch. So, the tin of condensed milk that I use, it's not going to be too sweet, so I think it's going to be just good for anyone to have a good drink.
So we're taking it step by step again. The punch finished, but it's hot. We don't want to drink any hot punch, right? So we'll put it in the freezer. We'll start with our chips and dip, and then we'll enjoy the punch after, right? So Erwin, go ahead. And Garfield, you tell me what I need to get to organize the chips.
Alright, the chips, just that we put oil and ready
Go
for the
ahead.
chips.
Go ahead.
From a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines for you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still. Whoa, whoa, from a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines to you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still. From a little cottage in the grill, way down Western Grill, rich man sits, it's the pining for your love. Chewy, I miss you, and now my lips wanna kiss you. I called you on the phone, to my surprise you were not home. It's from a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines for you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still. Gotta take it low. Brothers getting J, some hooked on cocaine, some getting high, raiding sentimental. Some get high, jamming Sensimania cake. And I'd go west, we got sunset at the Ritz Cafe. 'Cause from a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines to you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still. Brothers getting J, some hooked on cocaine, some getting high, driving on the cut of high. Some get high, jamming Sensimania came, and then go left towards sunset at the Ritz Cafe. 'Cause from a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines to you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still. From a little cottage in the grill, I wrote these lines to you. From a little cottage in the grill, I realize I love you still.
Welcome back to the Blue Food Step-by-Step series on the Tobago Festivals Network. I'm Raynell and I'm still here with Erwin and Garfield. Now we are about to get into the Dasheen Chips and the dip. So Erwin is the sauce general, Garfield is the chips general. So gentlemen, where are we going from here?
Alright, well for the, we're going to the dip. Alright, so for the dip we have about a half pound of dasheen, pre-cooked and cubed. We have about a half cup of water. A glass. Yes. Have some garlic.
That's
It's
about two heads.
About 2 heads of garlic. We have about about half teaspoon of black pepper and clove together. They're mixed. Right here we have shallow belly. We have onion, a piece of garlic, a piece of ginger, and flavor peppers. Also, we have about 3 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, about a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise, and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of ketchup.
Okay.
So this is what we're going to be using for the dip.
So,
Right.
Garfield, any of these ingredients came from your garden? Well, we know the Dasheen. Anything else?
Everything, all except the onion.
And how you tell me I went and buy the ginger, Garfield? Are you mama
No,
guide
no,
me?
no. Not the ginger and the onion. I don't
Okay.
plant, but all the sweet, the peppers, channel belly, dashing from my garden.
Excellent. Right?
Right. Okay. So before we get all of this, before we get the dasheen into the blender, what I normally will do is caramelize the garlic, the onions, the peppers, the ginger, everything together, so that will help to release the flavor in those. Because dasheen doesn't really have a flavor to say, but we know that it eats good with everything, right? So
Okay.
I have to go across to the stove for a little bit.
So we caramelizing this and then taking it out of the pot?
Yes.
Alright, let me pass back the bowl.
Going to the,
Hold on, you're
I
ready.
almost forgot the ginger.
And everything is whole. Why are we leaving it whole?
Well, it could be cut small, it could be cut smaller, but it doesn't make it all going to the, it's going to the blender.
Okay.
So everything's going to still be broken down.
And how long we leaving it in the pot for?
It's just to caramelize, just to get a bit of burn, slightly burn taste as well, just to help bring out the flavor.
Yes, I see the onion coming apart nicely. Smells so good already. And this is just the sauce, right?
Yes, this is just for the sauce.
So how many flavor peppers we actually using in the sauce?
2 flavor peppers. So this sauce is more of a garlic-based sauce.
Okay,
So I have more garlic than anything.
right.
Right? I think we're good with that. Right, now so we're going across to the blender.
So when you caramelize this, how much oil you put?
Just about 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
It's about a half cup of water.
Steamy.
Probably got this in there. This is what the consistency looks like. This is my blended ingredients.
Right, so what
Right.
now?
So we're going with the dasheen.
But the Dasheen is in the sauce too?
Yeah.
I thought this was for the chips. You see how I would have lead the people astray? Okay. Okay, so it's a Dasheen sauce.
dip.
Garlic, Dasheen garlic sauce.
So I'm just going to be breaking the dasheen down.
Pour, man. Pour. You pour. Confident. That's the TV. Pour what, Erwin?
So this is our dasheen puree.
Nice. So what next?
So next is that we're going to be adding the barbecue sauce, ketchup, and the
And a spoon for me.
this is the black pepper and clove together. This is black pepper and clove.
Right.
Right? So a separate bowl.
That looks so good, eh?
This is the barbecue sauce. Ketchup.
More roll in.
And this is the black pepper and clove. Yeah, with a bowl. Yeah. Thanks. I think Renelle is working more than my assistant is.
Don't say that. Hello.
Why should I not say that?
I am just more appropriately positioned, Erwin. You can't be bad talking your whole accomplice on television.
Then I didn't write in your face. See, I said it behind your back.
Honesty is the best policy, right? Take it from Erwin. So this is now our dasheen puree mixed with our caramelized garlic, flavor pepper, ginger, onion, shadow benny, mixed with our ketchup and our barbecue sauce. So the mayonnaise still on the side. You put the clove in as yet?
Yes, I put the clove
Okay.
in. So let's give this a mix. And the mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. So this was for decoration.
No, well, I don't like to use pepper in food because everyone doesn't use pepper.
Okay.
So I don't know, your pepper level might be different to someone else's. So I'll rather someone take out the amount that they use, they can have the amount that they can use.
And we don't need to add any salt because we know the barbecue sauce and the ketchup already salty.
Yes, and they're a bit sweet as well, and they do have a little tang in it as well.
Okay. Dasheen dipping sauce. So what do you call this? Because I don't want to go naming your thing and you have your own name for it. What do you call it?
So if I make this, I just make it, I say no, make a dasheen dip.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind if you give it a name.
Okay, I'll think about it. When I taste it with the chips, I will tell you. Creative title pending. Right. So we're preparing for the fries now too, right? So you want to start cutting, Garfield? Let me clear this space for you. So now that the dasheen garlic sauce is ready, we're going to do a little bit of a taste test, okay? See if Erwin is worth his dasheen.
Well, I think if you didn't root it, you would not be putting the next spoon in her mouth.
Don't try to jump the gun. I'm trying to determine what I feel. Interesting flavor. Interesting flavor. Strong. I get in the garlic very strong. I'm up the clove and the black pepper. Interesting consistency. It tastes good. But the real test is how it go with the chips. So we can move on to that. So Garfield. So things heating up now. We're getting over to the frying of the dasheen chips. So the dasheen itself, as Garfield was telling me, is already pre-boiled. They cut it up. So I would say this dimension is 2 inches long, 1 inch thick, centimeter wide. Some of them kind of wedges. It's like you're cutting dasheen wedges, right? So it's pre-boiled. Because they had pre-cut it, they boil it just for about 10-15 minutes, and we see that the oil is already steaming, so that oil real hot. I am going to step back. So he just ensured that the oil was able to coat the bottom of the pan. It's a deep fry, so it's at least like 1/2 inch raised from the bottom. It depends on your pot, you use your discretion. So Garfield, you go fry it up with our hot oil there, put in the chips, and we go dip. I know that we had put the stove all the way up to get it fully hot, but what temperature ideally the oil should be at?
Supposed to be about a full temperature.
So you put it on high to warm up,
yeah,
but once
and
it starts to fry, you
could
turn
lower
it down.
Yeah, turn it down to a lower temperature, about
A medium.
medium, and
Okay.
take the time. And
So based on how hot the oil was really hot. The dasheen, you see it already start to change color, so it
Yeah.
starts to get white around the outsides. Our chip consistency starts to come in already. The first batch might be a little brown because the oil was so hot, but it's still gonna be delicious. So we just left the dasheen wedges to fry for about 5 minutes. Remember, we set it on high heat for the oil to heat up, but once they got in, we turn it down to about medium. So it's 5 minutes frying on medium, and we're about to take them out. Now, we don't want to fry it too deeply to the point that it gets dried out, right? So Garfield told me his preference is for it to be a little tender still on the inside, like wedges. So we're gonna take them out and see. We could use the tongs for this one. You prefer the spoon? All right. Mr. Lance for me, professional. Welcome back to the Blue Food Step-by-Step series on the Tobago Festivals Network. So Garfield, Erwin and I successfully completed our Dasheen Chips with Dasheen garlic sauce, which I named, our Dasheen punch garnished with some nutmeg, courtesy Nutmeg Bay. And we are inviting Susan, who traveled all the way from Lansford because Lansford people find Raynell cannot taste the thing and tell them how the thing tastes. So they say, let me bring my friend Susan. Susan, come in, is a love still. And we are going to taste it. Okay? So you go ahead first. She's starting off with the punch, all right? So she's testing your hand. She blinks. So you didn't tell Susan nothing when she sipped twice, but you're telling me about the garlic sauce, right? Okay. All right, Lance, for me.
I'm tasting the nutmeg, the spice, milk, and also the dasheen.
But does it taste good?
It tastes very good.
It tastes very good. All right, all right, all right. All right, Erwin. So let's see the chips and dip now. Well, I try a little thing with the presentation. I see my two shadow blending. All right.
Wow.
Garfield. She did not give such a reaction for the punch. Wow. Garfield, even though I wasn't doing nothing in the kitchen, you lashed on that wedges. All right. All right. This is good. This is, wait, is the sauce or the dasheen? Taste it separately, let me know.
Sauce. Sauce.
Erwin, Erwin say,
Sauce is good.
Let me taste this sauce, Erwin.
The chips was just right.
Just right.
Yeah. Not too hard, not too soft, but just the right stuff.
So this punch was excellent. This dasheen and garlic dip, dasheen fries, exquisite. Garfield, Erwin, thank you so much. Susan, thank you for joining us all the way from Lansford, right here on the Tobago Festivals Network for the Blue Food Step-by-Step series. This production has been brought to you by the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited in partnership with the Tobago House of Assembly. There's lots more on the step-by-step series to come. Thanks for tuning in.